mgaga na upwa haliwali mkavu. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Football Focus Weekly with me, my boy Nyata Kenan MC, my co-host Mr. James Ndegwa Ndegs, and producer George Ganacho.
Yeah. GG.
Yamin Lamal. Mkwaje watu, mkwaje wa halal. Yamin Lamal.
I'm ready for Tuesday.
Kuna nini Tuesday?
Very ready for Tuesday.
Si leo ni Tuesday.
Oh, very ready. Unajua kwa nini nimeweka hivi? During my prime. Unajua zile vitu zenye ukiona player na hizo unajua the game is over before.
Kabla game ianze.
During your prime ulikuwa na knock.
Zizi hiyo time before nilikuwa injury prone. Ndio sasa career yangu sasa inaelekea like ni nishapicha prime yangu sasa inaenda kuretire. Sasa niko Saudi. So time nilikuwa nacheza ball. Kivanda ama alafu uone ninatembea hivi ka hazard. Au unajua naenda kuamaliza.
Mimi nilikuwa nikiona msana amevaa hivyo ndo najua leo na I'm cooking.
Aki?
Si nilikuwa za center back. Niko na winger amevaa hizi. Najua huyu double kublima tu mara tatu hata ipita hapa.
Unajua tukuje uwanja wa Spirit.
Akuji hapa tena.
Atakuja kucheza.
Nikisha mark my territory. Ni hivyo.
Mimi singecheza bila hii.
Kwa nini?
Nilikuwa superstition ni
Huyo nakawala kufunga bandage kwa mkono.
Bro, vitu luzi alikuwa anafanya. Hadi nilikuwa naweka nini hapa?
Nini?
Bandage.
Kwa nini ni Nelly?
Ama kwa mapua.
Ndio.
Si kushtua tu madefender.
Mimi niko na bandage na wewe ni defender na furahi.
Na mimi ni winger. Na wewe ni defender.
Unajua ukiona winger mwenye ana kitu hata ana shin guard, ogopa.
Kuja kade mbele.
Ukiona leo winger ameweka socks chini haona kitu amekauka bro. Hao ndio wabaya. Lakini akikuja akishava tight, we are cooking today.
Sasa si boroko na mbio.
We are cooking.
Mimi bora niko na mbio.
Ule winger ana kitu, ana bandage, ana kitu yote. Unaanza game kama unajua kuna yellow card. Ujapo ni kubaya.
Mwenye acha ajali kama anaangalia sijui nini. Yeye amekuja kumboka alafu arudi mtaa. Ka Ben White.
Ben Blanco ndio huyo.
Istahili umekuwa aje?
Still iko mrefu. Yeah.
Jesus rose and Pope died.
Bana.
Crazy.
RIP to the Pope Francis. I didn't even know it happened. I was cracking a joke with my cousin Jeremy about our uncle Francis. And then he's like, umesikia story ya Pope? Kama a guy. Like the timing was not right. Like that's the worst timing. So that's how I found out. I had no idea.
Yeah, so it's on Twitter. The previous day alikuwa ashaongea. Then ilikuwa jana ndio naona Twitter ati amedead. I'm like si msema ameongea tu jana amekuwa live. Yeah, so it happened quickly. But
and then it was confirmed to me when I saw that all Serie A games were cancelled.
Yeah.
Yesterday, postponed rather.
Serie A, Serie B. Mimi niko na suggestion ya mtu anaweza kuwa the next Pope. Producer.
Shut up.
Ndio huyo.
Ndio kusema Nick Pope.
The commander himself. Atenda na panga aseme nitakata masikio tu. Kata masikio.
Ile real didi. Ilikuwa real. Ilikuwa picha ile ya Raila.
Losing for Pope. Alafu lose to a Muslim.
Ametoka baba kwa baba mtakatifu.
Baba for Pope.
Papa.
Ama papa wa Roma.
RIP to Pope Francis.
Yeah.
Francis.
He's Argentine
born.
Sasi.
That much I saw.
Sasa sieni Argentine bado. Wamezaliwa press. Wamezaliwa press moja na
Ati press moja na
Messi. Buenos Aires. Ama inchongaje?
Sijui amezaliwa wapi.
Yeah,
but kuna msali alisema ati he has seen World Wars, he has seen Real lift 15 Champions League titles and
joke sasa inaenda kuisha.
And Arsenal lift 0.
Si hata nani alidede before we on Queen Eliza. Anyway, acha wote iona Arsenal kushinda Champions League.
Sitawaiona.
Because I'm feeling pain in my heart.
We go straight to the Premier League. Over the weekend we had some action at 5 p.m.
Some? Some action. A lot of action.
A lot of action rather. At 5 p.m. Goodson Park.
Goodson.
We had Everton take on the blue half of Manchester.
Didn't watch the game.
Manchester City. I actually watched the game. I had captained Mamouche. City are mid. Like, they're so annoying. I don't know what Pep is trying to do.
She's looking for a solution.
For what?
See, you have to build. See, he's going to Club World Cup. You know him, he has a tournament to play for.
Oh.
Yes, Club World Cup.
Shanza kufikiria mapema.
Aye.
But they're not going to win. So you guys are there.
But we're not there. Tuko na nyinyi.
Shut up.
Tuko Champions League.
But sasa kama nyinyi mnashiriki Champions League hizo zote na amwiti Club World Cup. Kwani you're not a big team?
So you are big.
No. This proves you're not bigger than us.
When you're big, you're big.
This proves you're a small team.
Coefficients, bro. Sasa tukishinda Europa, tunapatana na nani Super Cup?
Si Arsenal.
Ni sawa.
Yeah.
Whoever comes gets the beating. Anyway, back to Pep. I feel like the lineup was so un-City like. Everyone is low. They're just like walikuwa nikawa walienda huko kutafuta draw.
KDB alianza.
Walianza na Savinho was bright that game. Alikuwa anatake on some guys who was running. Nico started.
Yeah.
Wakianza na Nico possession yao inakuanga always 90. I don't know why. Hamtashika game but sasa it's just passing around.
Yeah.
Unajua Everton they love that. They'll sit back, they let you pass.
You get to keep the ball as much as you want.
Alafu they hit you on one counter alafu anawaliza. Waligonga mchuma ama inaitwa mwamba.
So how they did that? How was it that they were just unlocked? Because I saw the goals came quite late.
Yeah, it was late when they were going for a winner. Alafu plus ni O'Reilly unajua akikuja kwa box anakuja unnoticed. He's a left back with midfield instinct, so he has those late runs to the box.
He's really proving to be a bright spot in this.
Inka yena nani anaitwa juu mjamaa wa Arsenal Skelly. They have similar traits, kind of similar though. Alafu cover game scored the classic cover goal.
Yeah.
Bottom right. But it was so a mid game. Hata nililala sometime. I think niliamka dakika 60.
So in your opinion, from what you've said, you don't see like this is the right time to start introducing like O'Reilly in the squad and stuff so that you build towards the Club World Cup. Because when is Club World Cup?
I think next after May.
You're saying
June. Like Pep is trying to out of necessity. Ama ni out. Juu hakuwa na options. Then have to pick someone who he thinks can perform in that position. And it happened that O'Reilly prove him right on that position. Juu seme kila mtu angekuwa fit, I don't think this could have worked. The only thing that could have worked ni Matheus Nunes kwa right back.
But you can say that about everyone. It's the same thing with us with Skelly, right?
Yeah.
Where if you look at our defense, that position was the most stacked.
Yeah.
But right now there's only one standout.
Yeah.
So sometimes when injuries strike, that's when also you have to become creative,
Alafu Nelson, sijui alikuwa anataka kutuambia nini? Ati Vardiol now amekuwa center back. Nikamwambia ni juu ako na injury.
Yeah.
Plus
there's no way you're benching Vardiol over O'Reilly.
Yeah.
But he's a good impact player to have because then now if you move Vardiol to center back or like unakuwa versatile,
But sasa is it a left back thing ama player thing? Juu pia Vardiol akichezanga hapo, it's either scores ama assist.
That's how the system is.
So O'Reilly
that player who plays there will always shine. Will always shine in that left back.
It's not the player, is the system.
I mean, the player has to have certain ability, right? Because when Rico Lewis played there, he was not as effective as he does at right back.
True.
Who else has played there? Ake playing there. He had moments, but still not as effective as Vardiol. So there's that kunakaleka instinct that person has to keep going into the box, going into the half space, like just complementing Haaland's positioning and movement in the box. to make sure anacover hiyo Haaland katikati kuna mse kama back post unajua. So the player also has to have that instinct.
They actually miss him. Hawana option.
Nani?
Like Haaland, they miss him. Like walikuwa so used to him being in the bullying defenders and being in the box, back post. Sasa hawana mtu. Mamusha ako hapa tu katikati. Anataka ku take ball from deep.
Yeah.
Apeleke mbele.
Hiyo kitu ya false 9 it only works if you have an amazing midfield.
Yeah.
Like kama ile time walishinda na Gundogan false. Midfield ilikuwa wazimu.
Yeah. Kila mtu alikuwa prime yake.
Yeah.
But say they are washed. I don't okay, maybe wanaweza qualify Champions League but sidai.
No, they'll qualify. Si ati wanaweza.
Yeah, wanaweza
See,
but
they're currently 4th.
5th.
They can't be 5th.
They are 5th.
Si Newcastle walichapwa.
Si Chelsea won though.
Chelsea didn't win.
Yeah, walishinda. Kwani walikuwa wapi?
Si haya.
Bona you are
Chelsea
shocking me.
2-2 ilikuwa gani? 2-2 ilikuwa last week.
Chelsea walishinda walifanya what Fulham did to them at Stamford. City wako 5th. Newcastle lost but wako wameshinda point moja. City. Na Forest won jana vs Spurs. Yeah, so City are 5th. So kichapwa leo
City wacheza na nani?
Villa.
At Villa.
Etihad.
That's a good game, bro.
Yeah,
There's just the 1 point in it. But anyway, yeah, I think wanna build up to pole. Like building to that. Nimona Club World Cup is the 13th of June.
Now there'll be a special window between for 6 days for those teams participating over there.
Yeah, speaking of that window, does it actually make sense? Actually, before Ebu just explain that window. Because the league ends
25th.
in May. 25th of May.
Yeah, I don't have the exact dates of the window, but there'll be a special window where the teams that are zinashiriki kwa mashindano ya FIFA Club World Cup mule Marekani.
Kombe la dunia.
Kombe
ya kilabu.
Kombe la klabu la dunia.
Shut up.
FIFA Club World Cup. The teams participating there will have a special window where they'll be allowed to sign players. Juu wanatoka off a long season na they need some energy.
Yeah.
Now, the organizer said they need teams to field their best players. So they'll be given, I think, a 2-week before the main transfer is open. They'll be given a special transfer where they can send players who can play there and boost the team.
So the summer window officially is to open on 16th of June.
Yeah.
But these guys have been given
2 weeks. Summer week.
June 1st to 10th.
Yeah, 10 days.
Yeah.
To sign players.
Yeah. But it's for everyone. It's not just them.
It's not. I think it's for them.
That wouldn't make sense.
It does. Hakuna competition inaendelea. Si unaweza uza tu player alafu mtasign hiyo ni nyingine kifungu.
But kama ni hao peke yao, sina maanisha
They have an advantage.
yeah.
Okay, not like an advantage.
They have an advantage because when you're trying to bid for someone,
like theoretically, it's them who are in need of players more than the other teams.
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, the window is for everyone, but them ndio watafanya more signings than
Yes,
us.
okay, yes.
Yeah, that's
Just
what I mean.
need to clarify that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So wao ndio watafanya more signings ama wao ndio wanahitaji than the other teams.
Yeah.
Wao na United. So see now our 10-month nini pre-season is coming to an end.
Your first game of the season is semi-final.
Yeah, versus Atletico Bilbao.
Yeah.
So we have to be ready for that. Everton were just Everton. I don't think there's much to talk about them, but they're getting players back from injury. McNeil is back, though haanzi game. Beto started on the bench. Alcaraz, Ian Alipani assist your boy Kovacic. He was so mid. As in their positions don't have to lose the ball, but it was a deserved win for City. Everton didn't create that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then on Sunday we had a Fulham derby.
Fulham derby.
Where the best team in Fulham took on Chelsea. But unfortunately, I didn't watch that game because my team was playing at that time.
I also didn't watch the game because we were deep in Siaya.
Deep in the boom.
We were serving people chapo and nini, but notifications zilikuwa zinaingia tu.
However, so I saw the
And we saw the goals.
watched
the
highlights. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it was a good comeback from them. They did what Fulham did at the bridge. Too late, any goals. Alafu, I'm seeing those guys. Okay, not those guys. Chelsea fans are calling out Palmer.
Palmer has not been. You know, there's times when hata kama auchezi poa, bado una impact game. Unacheki.
Yeah.
Kama sahi, let me give the example of someone who everyone has been finishing. Odegaard has not been. You don't see it in the numbers. But ukiwatch game, if you see the press, if you see the hata hii game yenye tulishinda, he was man of the match and only had 1 assist in a 4-0 win. Unacheki.
Yeah.
There's ways unaweza impact game, even just with your presence, your movement, nini. Palmer sioni, like I personally I'm not seeing it, and I know he's capable of it. I think that's what the most frustrating thing for
Actually,
Chelsea fans.
Kuna kitu alipost wakasema ati ana aim dig kwa manager wake. Alipost last year akifunga bao 4. Sijui akai caption freedom kichuka hiyo. Like he meant that under Poch he had that I don't remember the exact word he used, but he had that freedom under Poch which he lacks now.
He was the main man.
Yeah, he was the main guy.
And then also you see Poch is one of those, okay, there's an aspect of his coaching that's old school where it's, if we find something that's working, let's stick with it.
Yeah.
Let's build around it.
Milk it.
Kabisa. So when that guy I was like, you know what, let's give him the freedom. Do whatever you want. Maresca, now beginning of the season, said we're going to give him more of a role, more of a 10 role. Yeah, you do what you have to do what you need to do.
But within limited.
Yeah. But also, I think it's not a coincidence. And I will keep saying this. I will keep defending... no. I'll defend Palmer using Lavia and Fofana. Man, those two people, kuwakosa ni mbaya.
Yeah, true.
They give him the platform. Because when he goes, it's like, wait, go do your thing. Because you know Caicedo is there, Lavia is there, Fofana is there. Fofana, balls as in PT, good one defender. Lavia winning the ball back and winning the play. Like, anaendeleza play. Caicedo, same thing. And then they give him the platform, do your thing, you know. At this point, it's like everyone has to sort of you all have to work hard for the team. And maybe that's why Pep sold the guy. You know, maybe that's why Pep sold him. It's like, when these conditions, under certain conditions, he's a really, really good player. But under these conditions, when we have to struggle and suffer as a team, when we're lacking a player here or there, maybe, I'm not saying that that's the reason, but it's tough, man. It's tough.
I also feel like teams, they not gang up on him. Like double up on him. Based on what he did last season, going to this season, mnajua tu yeye ndio main man. So you try to keep him away from the goal as away as far as possible so that he doesn't have an impact. You know, akicheza deep, he wouldn't really impact the game that much.
Yeah.
That's why you have guys like Enzo now stepping up, Neto scoring bangers, and I feel like hiyo injury ya Nick Jax slowed him down in a way. Juu hajapata bado hiyo, like before he got the injury, you know, we were raving about him.
Yeah.
Hata alikuwa combined 11 ya Chelsea na City, remember?
Imagine.
Over Haaland.
Imagine.
But after this injury, I feel like bado hajahit hizo, which he will. Na there's an interview he did where he was giving Nani credit, Unai, for making him who he is now.
Yeah.
Uko Villarreal. Yeah? Sindio? But I feel like mse kizungu yake, there's a way you know a guy who's from Senegal and has played Spain for his early years can speak. The guy speaks like Bellerin.
Oh, that kind of hybrid, like
accent hiyo. Like akona kizungu mzuri yenye a French speaking country.
You don't expect from him.
Plus his name is English. Nicholas Jackson.
Where did he grow up?
Sijui.
That time when he was a kid. There's that story of when he was growing up when he was a kid.
What wanadhani is from Gambia.
Wow.
Atieni cousin ya Yankuba Minte. Na ako 30.
So you don't like his English is sounds like that hybrid Bellerin. Ile
yeah, ni mzuri.
London mwenye anajua Spanish.
Hadi anasema in it.
Anasema hivyo?
This
guy is 23 years old, bro.
He's young. but kizungu yake ikae from as a French speaking nation. You can unaweza sikia tu kwa matamshi yake na like there's that accent. Yeah, your first language.
Kasa Sports hata pia iko Senegal.
Alikuwa huko?
See that's why he did his academy. So huko alafu Villarreal B, alafu Mirandes.
Ama alikuwa cool kid.
Alafu Villarreal. Ama aliwatch Peaky Blinders sana.
Maybe cool. But can you learn that from watching?
Yeah.
Yule mwingine alilearn.
We hapa Nairobi
Ten Hag.
umeona wasangapi wakisema in it. Just from reels. Si hata series.
Kwanza producer. Ati I'm producing in it. Kuku wewe.
Sasa mnafaa kufunza nani? Umse hiyo lugha.
In it.
Pastor Ng'ang'a.
Kijosi atamaliza.
Atatesa Nairobi.
Shut up.
Atawawekaji wote flight model.
Na kata masikio in it.
Nimeweka flight model in it.
Do you see Chelsea qualifying for Champions League?
I still believe they can. I really do.
You believe they can?
I believe they can.
But you don't see it.
My ray of sunshine seeing Chelsea qualify is Newcastle.
See, they have to play them.
Yeah, but
you
Newcastle.
guys have
You remember we talked about Newcastle? Newcastle have moments.
Yeah.
Since we last spoke, they proved your point and they proved my point in the space of 1 week. They beat someone 5. They beat you 4.
They're going to get
No. We spoke after your game, right?
Yeah.
They beat someone 5. They go concede 4. Like it's too erratic. Like
They're just like United. You win 4 versus you lose 1.
and when I say they're too erratic, I don't mean from game to game, from moments in a season, right? So they'll go like a 3-4 game stretch of like just being
Winners.
the best team you can see in England, so dominant, explosive on the counter, and then they'll go another 3 games where it's just like, bro, this guy, how is he, like, what's happening? Unajua?
Yeah.
Then this whole thing of Eddie Howe being sick is not helping. Jason Tindall has taken over.
Ako tu uko vibes.
His vibes, but he's had 2 good performances against you guys and against the 5-0. And then what else? And then weirdly enough, all this the time the drop in form coincides with Isak's injuries.
Yeah.
If Isak is a doubt, that guy's been a doubt in every game.
Every game.
So then kuna
Never
game tu
fit.
ameingia tu vizuri akasema 200% fit.
Hakuna
Doubt
game
every
ako fit.
game. So ina coincide na hiyo pia, and they have a tough running, and I think that's where Chelsea have the advantage, because Chelsea, in as much as if they lose a game now, I feel like they are harder to beat than they were beginning of last season.
Yeah.
Like they don't concede 3, 4, 5. They will concede. If they're losing, it'll be 2-1, or 1-0, or like low scoring. And I think that's where they'll just overtake Newcastle. So I expect Man City and Chelsea to qualify, in my opinion.
Okay.
I saw a
Forest.
tweet saying this is the last game Chelsea is winning
Which one?
because of the running they have.
Here, Fulham.
Yeah, hii ndio last game Chelsea
Wa-
ina win.
watachapa Manu. We will be rotating.
Because they're playing.
Shut up.
They have the next game is the next game Liverpool.
Liverpool. Yeah. Ama zizi.
That might be
Running yao si rahisi vile.
hata Newcastle running yao si rahisi.
But Newcastle have to face Arsenal, who will be rotating for Champions League.
Final.
For final.
Yeah.
Chelsea have to face United, who will be rotating for. Pia Chelsea wako nini?
Wako Europa.
Conference.
Lakini yao ni timu ya ovyo. Umechikio timu wanacheza
Jaggens, sijui.
Eh.
Whatever. So Chelsea next they face Everton. Ali kick off at the Bridge.
kayo ni ngumu.
Then they face Jagaden.
Saingine ni ngumu.
Then Liverpool, who have already won the Prem. Then Newcastle, United, Forest. Yeah, Forest. So these are pretty winnable games depending on what happens in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can never rule them out yet.
So yeah, and honestly, if you think about it, they are better equipped to take on injuries than Newcastle.
Yeah, they have.
In as
quite
much as
a-
they already have injuries.
they have
Right now,
quality.
if Sancho goes down, quick replacement, Madueke.
George scored.
Hey,
Yeah.
George has been coming. Since that game, since the first leg against Slegia, when they came off the bench, him and Madueke for Palma and I forget the other person. Was it Nkunku? No,
Yeah,
Nkunku missed a penalty in the second half. Anyway, wali change game. Wali ingia waka change game. George
Think Troy Saka.
anapata tu confidence. And one thing, so this is one thing that I'm really enjoying about the Premier League this season. All these clubs, there are these young black kids who are coming out of nowhere. Well, I mean the academy, but they're coming out of nowhere and they're just
Cooking.
like, bro, the fact that they're all black kids is so dope.
Sukayo Baka.
You have George. Isn't O'Reilly half black?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
O'Reilly, obviously us with Skelly. Tulileta mwingine kwa kutoka kwa bench juzi. Hiyo game ya Ipswich.
Yeah, niliona kanaitwa jina fani sijui Oyo Deliji.
Yeah. Hey, as in these kids are
Chido.
Nyi mko na Chido, mko pia na Heaven.
Na tuko na Kone. Tuko na Samiro.
You know, we're getting very close to a point when that England team, it will just have more black people.
Itakuwa France.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
There's a tweet I saw. Inasema ati England wana organize a mini tournament yenye include England, Jamaica, Ghana na Nigeria.
Sio ni squad ya England. Think about it. Ni squad ya England.
Poetic justice.
Akina Antonio, Sterling, Saka, Ghana,
Barkley, Ghana.
Barkley. Dani tena. Maana sawa watu.
Maino,
Nani? Gehi ni wa?
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast. Yeah, but the influence is strong. There's a strong Jamaican influence.
Actually, those three nations.
Expressions.
Jamaica, Nigeria, and Ghana.
Expressions.
Kenya. Yena Kiji wanakawa Kenya.
Niko chini maze. Hiyo beat yako iko chini. Atuski.
At Portman Road,
Portman!
we had relegation favorites Ipswich take on the Arsenal.
Are they favorites if two have already been
Sasa
relegated?
they are going to be relegated this weekend.
Are they favorites if two have already gone?
Sasa they are
Si wale wengine ndo walikuwa favorites.
Yes, pia wasa ni
Ama
favorites.
some current favorites.
Yeah, current favorites.
The next team to be relegated.
Washaenda though, like ni formality. Wanamaliza Saturday. Wanajua tu Saturday.
I was talking to producer about this, that I watched the post match of McKenna. Bro, the way he praised us, I was like, guy, in a way, as a footballer, if you're his player, you'd be like, Maze, sasa mbona na praise team hivi. But also another part of me is like the fact that a manager can come out and say all these things, because you see them, they're preparing to face Arsenal, but Arsenal is coming off a game beating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. What are you going to tell your players to psych them up for this game? Like, it's hard because all the players watch them literally demolish the European champions.
Wafungue roof.
Afugwe roof.
90 minutes on the Portman Road.
How the manager spoke of Arteta and Arsenal, I was like, it makes you feel good as an Arsenal supporter, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, if I was a player, what would I say in that locker room afterwards?
Kama ni fan.
Si unakubali.
But sasa inafeel ni kama umsa alikuwa sema hii game atu hakuna vile tunashinda. Because even the way they set up, if you look at even before the red card, bro, we looked like we went to just chill in a game. It's like you go for training and the training is perfect, bro. You've worn your sleeves, alafu ulianguka, uka scratch elbow, lakini ni sleeve tu niliraruka so haukuumia. Everything was perfect. The sun is out, boots ziko poa, hakuna kitu mbaya. You plan for something and it goes to plan exactly. And then the cherry on top is that they get a red card. Ateta sasa amerelax tu, bro. Tactics inafanya mawantu ndani ya box, kila mtu anapata touches ka 10 kwa box, awapati shot on goal. Like, everything was just working for Arsenal. And that's when I was just like, bro, this is a team that needed this game. They needed this game badly to win this game, to at least have a chance, right?
Or postpone.
And when I say win this game, I'm not saying that Ipswich were being delusional, because honestly they've gotten results this season. Yeah. They've beaten Tottenham away. They've been able to just siku moja wanaamka na they give an impressive performance. So the fact that they just turned over for us like that, it was demoralizing. I put myself in a player's perspective and I was like, if these guys get relegated, I know they won't turn against the manager. I really love the manager, but I feel like they lost this game even before it started, to be honest.
Mentally. What McKenna said, I also can back it up with what anaitwa Jomse. Mse moya na sagna kwa 30. Ola Aina. Ola Aina said, Wa Forest. He said, you can prepare for City, Liverpool, and alisema United. I'd want to sneak in United, but I'm not sure if they said United.
Uh,
Yeah, but for you guys, it's way unpredictable. Hujui, like you don't know what you'll get. You are going to get from Arsenal, and I think we've talked about Arteta managing to get that, which is an advantage. Juu hujui venye wana turn up. Leo unaweza prepare for Havertz uone Merino ndo striker. Gameplay differently. Unaweza prepare for Rice CDM uone Partey ndio ako kama Jorginho. So people are getting to see that side of Arteta, and I think he deserves some credit. Juu ingekuwa ni Pep amefanya Merino akuwe top scorer, sasa kungekuwa na 66 articles of how
revolutionize the game.
Pep is changing the game. Pep is seeing the game different in 4K. You know?
At in 4K.
But since it's Arteta, plus he has that haram effect on him, I think Niju ame get from each coach he has played under, he has gotten a bit of. So you know, football has different phases.
Yeah.
So from attacking, I'm a transition to attack. He got that from Pep and Wenger. From defending, transition to defend, he got that from Woes.
And
So-
also he has the Rangers in him.
Yeah.
He has like a ruthlessness like
Were they teammates with Gattuso?
at Rangers. That's a good question. I don't think so.
Watatuambia
That's a
kwa
good
comments.
question.
Yeah. Do you think
That's another person whose accent is the most like it comes out of nowhere.
because there's a time he said that he told the ref fuck off and was booked.
Who?
Gattuso.
I see, that doesn't even surprise me. That's not even the worst thing he's
Like,
probably done in
that's I think he learned that in Scotland, then took it back to Italy, then was booked there. You in England, they curse a lot now, you don't get booked. That's what happened to Jude Belling-Tweedy.
at Belling-Tweedy. Something else that surprised me about this game was when Merino started, I was like, I knew he was going to start as striker. But he put Trossard there. He put Trossard up front, which again, coaches try these things towards the end of the season, especially if you're going into tournaments and stuff, right? So this is probably something that he will want to tweak during the game, where even if Merino starts, can I play with Trossard as well? Or if we're chasing the game, because now we don't have a striker, can I put Trossard and still have Merino play in midfield? Remove Partey or someone. Like, just tinker with things. So I feel like that was interesting, seeing Martinelli, Bukayo up front with Trossard, and then midfield Luka Merino, Rice, na Udiga.
The other guy, your captain.
And then Zinchenko also started this game. Kivior is slowly becoming like, do you know that's one of my unsung heroes in that Real game?
Your go-to guy.
The Real 2 games. Kivior and
Skelly.
Wachana Skelly. Skelly, everyone knows. Like, that one doesn't go under the radar because he was the highest rated player in both legs, right? Like, the guy was just consistent. As like passing accuracy, passing stats, getting into the box, getting assists. Like, he had midfielder stats in defense because they did a comparison side by side with Modric in the first game.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was expected. Kivior and Partey. Bro, there's moments where Partey, like, these guys are like
A destroyer.
like
Proper one.
Mbappe anakuja akipata ball, unajua apata ball midfield, because you know Mbappe and Vini are not going to drop. But where Partey gets the ball, those two normally come and drop that much. Hiyo ball ikitoka hapo, wanaacha sawa, wanaanza kutembea. So there's like a split second where they will want to press because the ball hasn't gone too far, sindio? And Partey was just coming out of those scenarios and he's so chilled about it. It's just like, I will just drop my shoulder, I will go this way. I will play it back to the keeper. And that guy just does things so
Effortlessly.
nonchalantly. Nilisikia the favorite word in Nairobi squeeze, nonchalant. Like him and Kivior, Kivior is, because honestly, Kivior was going to be sold this summer. Because Gabriel gets hurt. Ben White is coming back. Timber is sort of there. And I remember me saying on this pod that I do not want to see Kivior against Mbappe. I would rather much see Timber in the middle with Saliba. But what this has done is, because even you as a manager think about it, I know for a fact, if all my centre-backs are Saliba is fit and the only other fit centre-back is Kivior, if I then put a right-back there and not play a centre-back, that guy is going to leave he's going to leave the club because the guy is like, you don't believe in me. Why did you sign me? Why am I the only fit center back other than Saliba? Yet you decide to put another right back. So for you to be given that confidence and be like, bro, you need to step up now.
Go cook.
And I know many people may not like this, but to me, building from the back, from what I'm seeing, he has
Offers more than Gabriel.
In terms of passing in his locker. Because ukiona pass, he has the incisive,
Uongo, bro.
akona incisive. Ameshinda Gabriel.
Passing ya kiwi imeshinda ya Gabriel.
Ameshinda Gabriel.
Now, I
If you see he has range, he has a better range. Because the beauty of having that left-footed centre back is that you need someone who's a bit chill on the ball on the left side. Bro, his passes into the lines compared to Gabriel. Gabriel always waits for someone to come. Kivior can make those passes and make you run towards the ball. That's for me, that's the only thing he beats Gabriel in. But if you think about a team like Arsenal, how many times is a defender defending compared to attacking?
Yeah.
So, in a way, the certain games is better suited than Gabriel. But Gabriel gives you a lot in set pieces. That's the thing now you can't overlook. He's the best set piece attacker in the league at centre back.
Except second to Maguire.
It's not possible, but yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Ukiweka Kiwior na Gabriel.
Look at Gabriel.
I can't pair them both. Because
Like, watch the same game. Itakuwa imbalance.
we tried it at the beginning of the season when Saliba was suspended.
Balance gani?
They're both
Both left.
they're both left-footed, so they don't have that.
Ni
Kwa build up.
teams ngapi EPL inacheza na defense?
Hizo the teams zingine.
only
Us, we're talking about Arsenal, how Arsenal play. Because there are many other teams. There are teams who even play with.
Only Liverpool can play with Nini same footed. Nani Van Dijk is very comfortable on his left.
It's. I don't think it's fair to compare us with two left-footed centre back with other teams because they don't play the way we play.
Acha hivyo unakumbuka excuse yenye Ten Hag alikuwa na last season for United. We don't have a left-sided centre back. Juu Lisandro aliumia.
Yeah.
That's why we are not performing. Like, you need that balance. Especially kwa build up. Progress ball.
So yeah, and then something else in the game niliangalia tu bench niko na tu. That thing I was telling you of seeing young black kids, just coming up through the academy. Already on the field we have Saka, who's an academy player, and we had Saka on the field, and then on the bench coming on Miles Lewis Kelly, 57th minute, Ethan Nwaneri, 57th minute,
And he scored.
Butler Oyedeji in the 84th minute, and he also had a shot
On target.
on targets. So it was good to see. It gives me so much confidence.
Going for next season.
And bro, you need to build that academy. You really need to build that academy. Mini short vile nini kuna Lamasia London sahi.
Haaland.
Watoto na production line too. Unachiki vile kina Famin na Lamin. Imagine all those people if you're to buy them. How much you'd be spending. They just come out of nowhere. Bro, 18-year-old is playing like a 27-year-old.
But I feel like most of these things they're going to through injury. Like, other than Messi na Ronaldo, Nas. Hata Saka ilikuwa injury.
It is, but you also need to bring him in a good environment,
Majority
right?
of
Because
these kids
at the beginning of the season when Saka got injured, everyone was like, play Nwaneri, and the guy was like, Z, you're not going to force me to do anything. I'll do it at the time I want and when I feel like he's ready. So you're also protecting me in a way. Sometimes there are managers who just throw you in and you don't have a choice. Like Branthwaite was thrown in and was told, bro, Cheza, hakuna option.
No option.
Which also works for him because that's his personality. So that one worked. And in that team, there was no one who was going to take him out of the team.
Yeah.
So he has no choice. And then it's a lesser team. So he has no choice but he can make mistakes and it's not as closely at the highest level. And it doesn't affect him long term because that's the most important thing. You can go mess up at Arsenal, Nini, and no one will ever forget about it. But not only that, it affects you for the rest of time. Yeah. So you have to protect this kid. So in as much as it's injury, also the manager needs to read the situation. Okay, can I play him in this? Is it a toxic environment? Is it good enough? Can I give him 30 minutes here, 20 minutes here? So there's a lot that goes to it.
That's why Chido doesn't start for United. Manager said You can't score goals if you are on the sub. So Hoyland needs to play.
And that's the thing with Amorim, actually. Do you remember the game that everyone was injured and we kept on saying remove Casemiro or whatever, and the guy, for him to go the whole game and not even remove Casemiro for these kids, that already told me that he still thinks most of these kids were not ready at that moment of the season.
But kuna mwenye, okay, we go straight to United data. Yeah, we had Wolves do a double over us for the first time since 1980.
How many teams have done double over you this season?
Hey, many. Wolves, Forest, Newcastle, Bournemouth this weekend.
Now Newcastle is used since 1930.
1931.
Why is it that every I feel like every manager I'm a breakthrough records out
negative? But there's one that's still standing.
Gani?
We're leading at OT halftime. We've never lost.
That's wild.
But I'm afraid versus Aston Villa.
Not Bournemouth.
We are away.
You're not afraid. I'm not afraid.
You see watafanya tu double yao plan. But versus Villa at home, OT, the last game of the
Cheki, hii mkicheza hivi ujinga si Wolves tawapita.
Si washa tupita ama?
I think mko juu yao. Goal difference.
On goal difference, yeah? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, tunamaliza number 17. I think the only impact it will have is the money given to how high you finish on the league. Na hiyo ni 3 million per position on the bottom half. So that's why it's easier for me and other United CN fans and the manager to not feel bad that, okay, for pride we feel bad because a club in a stature hatufai kuwa huko. But then we have nothing to play for, honestly, in the Premier League.
You're Manchester United. You have pride.
That's what I'm saying.
You have pride.
Other than that, we have nothing else to play for.
Do you know what's crazy?
What?
You guys in Tottenham are 14th and 16th.
Hideous twins.
Crump twins.
We lose, they lose.
The crump twins. Mbuko chini.
How do people are questioning the level of quality in Europa League?
Yeah, I would too.
Amorim said it though. It's different between Europa League and Premier League. Physicality.
But after 33 games,
we have 38 points.
You're yet to hit 40 points.
So it's one averagely. We're averaging 1 point per match.
Well, a bit more, but yeah.
Which is bad. You know, we've lost more games than what Fergie lost during his, I think, the Premier League era at OT.
You know, if you combine United and Tottenham's points, you'd be third.
75.
You'd be third.
Yeah.
Goja, this is 75. Ni?
38, 30.
Actually, no, you'd be second.
Yeah.
Ikitu ni ngumu.
Going to that game, I feel like United fans are accepting that tuko pre-season. And everyone is getting a chance.
I don't think people realize how bad this is.
Yeah.
You're in a bad like this is.
But you know what's funny? In the I saw a certain graphs rather from these Twitter statisticians. They have shown that we have, in some aspect of performance, we have improved, but the results have gotten worse. The XG 4 has gone up, but you're not scoring. The XG against has reduced, but we are conceding those one chance and evil. So it's not that we are underachieving, it's just that we have shit.
Underperforming.
Yeah, we're not underperforming. We just have a shit.
Your results are not matching your performances.
We are just shit. We have shit players.
So now, we had this conversation before which game when we were saying you need to hit how many points? 45?
45.
And you assured me
that you're going to beat West Ham.
That you're going to beat Wolves.
And West Ham. And get a draw.
And no, you told me by West Ham, this would be sealed. This is a done deal, right?
Yeah.
So by West Ham,
we need 2 wins and a draw.
You play Bournemouth away and Brentford away.
Yeah.
Before that West Ham game.
Like on that West Ham game, Usitufuze kazi boys. Usitufuze kazi.
Sijakata, you're right, sijakata. But kitu tunasema ni before that game you play Bournemouth away and Brentford away. Sindio? So by that point you had said mtakuwa mshachapa Wolves.
Yeah.
Sindio? And you said mtakuwa mshachapa
Hizo mbili tupate draw then we
Wolves na City.
Wolves na West Ham tuwachape. Then Brentford na Bournemouth moja yao tupate draw, ingine to lose.
That's not enough.
7 points, 45.
45 points kutoka wapi? Wolves game moja
3 points.
3 points.
Hizo mbili draw.
West Ham
6.
7.
Hizo 38 plus 7 45.
But nini ilisema mnapata 44.
45.
Sasa sio mmematch. So you need to beat it.
Sasa the two remaining games ndio tungepata draw tena. Mathematic my guy.
Unaona mkichapa hivyo unaona sasa we need to revise ama bado 45 inapatikana.
Itakuwa ngumu. Sasa tunaanza na 43.
Amuzi fika 45 anyway by West Ham.
Tutafika 43
by West Ham
by end of the season.
The tone has changed dramatically.
One win. We are now focusing on other
Unajisikia hata ukiongea?
Yeah. Tulikaa chini sisi kama ultras. Tukaambia Ten Hag hii ishaenda. So we decided to give kids a chance in the Premier League. Now they are showing more hunger, to be honest.
Let me ask you. Hypothetical. If you guys don't win another game for the rest of the season, should Amorim be sacked?
No.
In the league, not in the Europa League. Because I know even if you lose everything in the Premier League, you will still find a way to make it to the final.
The problem is, the thing that people don't see is we gauge consistency and improvement of a team in the league, not cup games. So the fact that we're not getting results in the Premier League, it's a bit gut-wrenching.
Gut-wrenchious.
Yeah, but
in a range your gut kabisa.
We all saw this coming from the management down to some fans, even to Amorim himself. And as much as he overrated himself, we saw this coming. We knew we don't have players to play the system that he wants. And the two crucial players for that system, hatuna. Hapa zingine wenza guess, but hizo wing backs, hatuna. Then over time, the other two crucial positions that can make you win or lose a game, they either lack confidence or they are making errors. Attack and defense. We don't score, now we concede cheap goals. You get? So everything is working against us for now. So if you weigh those factors all together, in as much as the results will go against us, I don't think any sane manager can go and sack Amorim without even having pre-season. I get by our standards, we should be getting results. We are supposed to have better quality. But then, tuko tu chini, tukubali.
How did the kids play?
They played well. Amos and Fredrickson. They balled. Unaweza dhani wao ndio wamekuwa kicheza alafu wengine ndio kids. They played well. Wolves created nothing. Neo free kick tu alifunga.
Sarabia.
Yeah. We had better if we had Havertz. I'm not even saying a world class striker. Havertz on that game angetoka na hat-trick. Yake safi first half. Bro, Haaland is wasteful. Haaland is washed. I think yake ni mental. It has to do something with loan confidence na mental aspect. Sijui. Ako tu chini.
Nilikwenda kuuliza. We saw the start of
Match.
Tutazana number 5 tukenda number 1, si ndio?
Yeah.
Top 5 players who have spent the most time walking during Premier League matches. Producer, can you guess who number 5 is? Plays for Aston Villa. He's a defender.
Philip Billing. Philip Billing ni nini?
Ni
Bokota of God.
Napoli.
Ezri Konsa. has
Acha
spent
mchezo.
74% of his time playing walking on the field. Number 4 is a Fulham player. Anapakanga Vaseline sana.
Traore.
75.1% of the game.
Traore anatembea.
Yeah, he did percentage of the game spent walking. Number 3, Tottenham defender, Christian Romero. Number 2, Rolls Royce Aura himself, Virgil van Dijk.
Acha ufala.
And in number 1 position, future Man United winger, Wolves superstar, Matheus Cunha.
Dude, he's the only striker in that list.
77.6% of the game spent walking.
Akona bao ngapi lakini?
Akona bao ako nayo.
shida si
But
bao.
sasa shida yenyu ni mnataka mtu akona work rate.
Intensity, yeah. That's alarming.
Acheni mchezo.
Imagine 77.6% of the game. Hiyo pekee for a fact akuja Arsenal,
Hata endi city.
hata City. Hiyo hata nyie mwezi mnunua.
Hata tunamsign.
Spent walking, bro. And it's not that you dominate possession. It's a team that is always these are Mbappe and Nani numbers
Vini.
and Vini.
But
Hii ni ngumu.
tutamsign tu bado. Hata change.
Hii ni ngumu.
I believe
What do you
in
think
him.
of his performance against you guys?
It was mid. They did nothing. The whole team did nothing.
Yeah.
We nullified everywhere. The only shida pekee ilikuwa tu ni kwanza hiyo free kick ndi aliangushwa. But Eriksen bro.
Lakini nani tangu hata nikwambia tangu free kick za Rice. Watu wamekuwa na sex kizo kichapa free kick.
Kila mtu anataka.
Actually see Rice since free kick ya Bruno. Wacha let me give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Since free kick ya Bruno.
Kila mtu anataka kubend it like rice. But the rice zilikuwa different bro.
Different gravy.
Hiyo hata ukiweka kipamba wawili ndani bado ni bao.
Hata nikuulize, ulikuwa wapi game ya Lyon?
Vs United.
Uliwatch?
Niliwatch.
How did you feel about the game?
You know what's funny? After Lacazette scored, I went to sleep.
Acha uongo. You didn't watch the rest of the game?
Yeah?
You didn't watch the rest of the game?
No, I watched. But thanks to Biko. Biko said remontada, it's coming. Kuna check, nikajua Man U imefunga. Then I went back, Bruno had scored the penalty. I knew we are going to beat them. If those guys had wangekubali kupack after they scored the third goal, they could have seen that out. But the fact that walijiona wanoma alafu Lacazette anakimbia uwanja mzima kucelebrate hivyo, I think
No, Lacazette had to celebrate.
that did something to us.
Mwenye hiyo nani alikuwa defense? Whoever it was in that defense, ndo msaliangusha.
ni akati,
Si
ni akite.
tulikuwa Siaya. Bro, tulikuwa tumebeat hiyo siku. Tuna watch game na Samiro after bao ya when you guys went to extra time, akasamazi. Akaenda tu kwa phone yake, akako maril nini, akadoze. Bao ya 3 ikaingia. Ya sasa ile
Charky.
ya Chaki. Nikasema ni muamshe, nikasema zetani si muamshe. Acha nisi waste. 4-2 ikaingia nikamwamsha. Ameamka amesema hii team tunachapa. Bro, when United scored the first goal, you could just see his face just sinking. His face, he went back to sleep because we were so tired and we were so he's on the couch that side, me kwa hii couch. Bao yengine imeingia maze. I'm now at this point, I'm the one who's awake. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to celebrate, whether to be there. But at that point, I was like, you know what? This is amazing. I was like, how can you? And the crowd was
Remontada
and then you're playing against 10 men at Old Trafford, losing, conceding 2 goals. Then Casemiro happened. My God. Casemiro is not getting enough credit for what he did in that last 12 minutes of that game.
Not in that game, but the last 6 games. He has been clutch.
No, but the last 12 minutes of... You're right. The last 6 games he's been playing.
I gave him
But
my credit, bro.
This last 12 minutes of the game,
Tatu zote zilitoka kwa
Casemiro was different gravy.
Yeah.
Different gravy.
Prime Casemiro himself.
Yeah. And then when Maguire scores, he doesn't even react. Like, I do this.
The celebration. The knee slide. That's the best.
Kobe Maino's goal was the one that just took it to another level. I was just like, dude, where has this come from? Like, where has this performance come from? Who scored the third goal?
Bruno Pen.
Or the Bruno Pen, yeah. So the Bruno Pen kind of brought them back in.
But
that pen was also a stupid pen to concede.
Like, even not a stupid pen, but then they called Bruno Anafa called Bruno.
He actually went, his run-up was quick.
Yeah.
Like he still started, but it was a very quick.
Bro, you know that penalty ilikuwa imetushikilia hivi season yetu. Angemiss ni hivyo. But he still has ice in his veins.
Hakuna mtu alicelebrate hizo mabao kaonana.
Bro, I think iliangusha laptop.
No, but that performance against Lyon, that's I don't think I've ever seen a comeback like that in even Champions League.
A comeback in comebacks. Other than
yeah.
PSG.
Maybe PSG. No, yeah, actually you can name them. The Man City Real one.
Yeah.
No, but in extra time, I don't think. Have you seen one in extra time like that?
No.
Even Real Man City was in
90.
time. Yeah. This was
Crazy.
yo. That night was insane. That night of Europa League action was insane.
Acha European football.
Hey. And I will give you performance of the weekend.
Yeah,
Of the week,
of the
rather.
week.
Performance of the round.
Yeah.
Goes to United.
I think that will do something to us now going forward. Every team that has remontanded has gone and won that.
I was key the next day. I was telling Samiro remontada kumbe ilikuwa Old Trafford. Ilikuwa Bernabeu. Ilibaki England.
Akikimbisha Ronaldo.
Alijaa. Sabato usiniambie. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Casemiro because he deserves it.
You saw
Really
Saint
Etienne.
Saint Etienne fans.
Walikuja na bana.
Marcy Maguire. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Now that's top class hit shithousery.
The hit along is constant. I mean, it's a lifelong investment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was wild.
Maybe it's a deeper Msitians. Now that Nani got injured, Nico Williams.
Out for how long?
I don't know, groin.
Kitu ni ngumu.
But you know what he said? It's every kid's dream to play at Old Trafford.
Hiyo ni sawa.
Then he got injured. I was like, yeah, now we need Sansei to follow suit. Anyway, yeah, we had incoming champions elect. Liverpool struggle versus relegated Leicester.
Sikuwatch game.
And it had to be Trent
Alexander-Arnold.
hadi akatoa shati. You know what's funny, yo boy ilikuwa kataliwa. But wakaangalia, you remember a certain goal that Nani scored? Naitwa Joe Jama wasen. Mwenye sasa yako Fulham. At OT. Smith Rowe alifunga OT when Fred fouled De Gea. Then ref akakataa kwanza kidhani ni an Arsenal player who fouled. It happened the same, like Leicester players collided. Then VR was reviewing wakidhani it's a Liverpool player who fouled. Yeah. But Salah missed chances. Like he's having that post-Oba signing the contract cast. In the last, sijui how many games he has scored, he hasn't scored an penalty goal. He's missing chances.
Ako vibes.
Like
Najua shashinda player of the season, Premier League, PFA writers player of the season, players player of the season.
Nizo tu atashindi.
Most points in FPL.
Ballon la shindi.
Ako saa amesign contract.
Akaongeza chwani. Angeenda tu Saudi.
Acha baki England.
Or
unajua ukibaki England, let me tell you, even if you sacrifice 100k going to Saudi, you can be making that every week in England.
How?
Endorsements.
Oh yeah.
And staying relevant.
True.
Because I right now I don't even know what. If you tell me about Laporte, I don't even know. I only see when he plays for Spain.
Yeah, works.
All of these guys, you're not relevant.
But for people like me who watch Al Hilal and Al Ittihad, I can tell you, Mitrovic doesn't play. Yeah, but it was a mid performance from Liverpool. Though walishinda, Salah was shocking. He had a stinker. Those chances Salah pre-contract will have scored.
Buried.
First half alikuwa na hat-trick. But Nunez kuingia. I think huyo washaosha mikono anauzwa. Liverpool next season, in as much as they'll make signings, they'll be dominant, yes, but you can see the gap between them and Arsenal is huge. In the sense that they look more beatable than you guys.
I think it's just now, towards the end of the season. They've just...
Yeah, so ndio nasema they'll be dominant still. Watakuwa in for the title next season. Actually for everything. But if what happened this season doesn't happen for you guys next season, like injuries and unfair red cards, you'll give them a good challenge. Also, now City is coming back. United, they're up here.
I think at this point, you just do what you have to do and win games.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all you can do. You know, all the football you played it at the first half of the season. Say it's just about results. Let's just see this through. And I think they did the job. And also you're playing a team that knew this result was going to relegate them. Yeah. So it was going to be tough. So they managed. They got the 1-0 win. I'm happy for Trent. I hope he stays.
He's not going to stay. After what Van Dijk said,
What did Van Dijk say?
his legacy will be remembered. Who was him to understay? Who he remember legacy of
I hope he stays, bro.
He's not staying.
Hope he stays.
He's going to Real Madrid, who are currently talking to Jurgen Klopp,
To become what?
manager.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been given proper... The job he's doing at Red Bull is...
He has proper funds.
And he can cover many things, not just one team.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see.
Ni hivyo ni hayo machache kwa Premier League. Sasa hivi tunaingia kwa prediction.
Hey.
We go straight to Etihad.
Etihad!
Tonight we have Manchester City taking on Aston Villa, who beat Newcastle 4-1. Did you watch that game?
Which game?
Newcastle Villa.
Newcastle Villa, yes. I watched the first half, then I watched the rest of the goals because everything happened in the second half.
Wase wangefunga bao 8. So if they play like that today at Etihad, was tense. And as much as I feel like Unai Emery has something against wing play, apenangi wingers, but I tip Rashford to start because he was rested on that game. Watkins is still Watkins.
Watkins was quite annoyed
Yeah.
that he was benched for the PSG game. So
Yeah,
he came with this game fire.
His
Hit the
celebration.
post twice. Scored
assisted.
early. He was a man possessed.
Yeah, so McGinn is also another unsung hero. But my person who I think deserves to be in the team of the season, Yuri.
Tielemans?
Yeah, he has been clutch.
Yuri?
Yeah.
Yuri?
Yeah.
Over who?
Bruno. No. Bruno.
There's no one else.
Akwe sub.
Because it's tulisema mbele ni Bruno na Rice midfield.
Yeah, Rice, Bruno, Gravenberch.
Sasa ataingilia nani?
Atakuwa sub. Atakuwa player of the season no Aston Villa though.
You think so?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going for City to get whooped 2-1 at the Etihad.
Yeah, it's likely. It's likely.
It's likely.
It's likely. From what you told me how Man City are playing, Aston Villa also just it's looking likely. I'll also go for an Aston Villa win, 2-1.
Okay, tomorrow we have Arsenal.
We say we're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
Taking on Crystal Palace.
At home.
At the Emirates. I'm going for Arsenal to win 3-1. Palace have been awful. The last games I've watched, wamekuwa chini. Neo boy chafungwa na Nketiah in the last minute.
Kipindi cha lala salama.
Yeah, just because it's coming back to the Emirates. I don't see them doing anything.
Yeah, they have a tendency of getting late goals against us. I don't know why. Is fit?
Yeah, he's very fit.
He's ready for Tuesday.
Ready for Wednesday.
Ready for Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the squad.
Sa.
Yeah, they've been benching Will Hughes a lot. I don't know if I don't know what's happening. Sa also came back from injury.
Yeah.
It's not looking like the same Sa that we are used to, but this team can just wake up on the day. But I just feel like we have
Amka Emirates.
We are different.
You're moving
different feelings. But I'll go with a 2-1 win for Arsenal.
I'm going for a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Straight to the predictions. This weekend, early kickoff. Ogopa early kickoff. At the bridge, we have Chelsea. Taking on the Everton.
Where?
At the bridge.
At the bridge?
Yeah. I'm going for Chelsea to win 3-1. Simply because I'm hate watching on Everton for obvious reasons. Yeah. But Chelsea will win 2-1.
Yeah, I'll go with the Chelsea win. Chelsea 2-0. 1-0 kama tu ya Man City tu. 1-0 alafu ingine baadaye yako.
At 5, we have João Pedro-less Brighton taking on West Ham.
What happened to João Pedro?
Got a red card.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Very sad.
Who are they playing?
West Ham.
This is a Nini derby.
Yeah.
It's a derby, right?
No.
Graham Potter.
Yeah, Graham Potter derby.
It's a Graham Potter derby. Hey, Welbs. Welbs.
You know, I'm hate watching on West Ham too.
Welbs.
So I'm going for my boy Welbs to score a brace and help Brighton win 2-1.
1-1 draw.
2-1 Brighton win. Higher, we have Newcastle taking on Ipswich at St. James's Park.
Yeah. Newcastle versus Ipswich are gone.
Yeah, they're
They're
going.
done. Dada. But Newcastle, they have a lot to play for. A lot to play for.
They have to beat them.
A lot to play for.
I'm going to triple captain Isak.
Yeah, I'm also going. I'll go with the 4-0.
I'm going for 4-1. Newcastle win. Already relegated Southampton will welcome Fulham at the St. Mary's Stadium.
Fulham win, man. 2-0. Southampton are not showing me things I want to see. I'm just not confident.
2-1 win Fulham. Wolves take on already relegated Leicester at the Molineux.
Wolves have a chance to overtake United.
Yeah.
This is a big one. So that you guys move it to 15th place.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Wolves in 2-1.
On Sunday we have Bournemouth looking to do a double over Manchester United.
Tough.
At the Vitality Stadium.
Tough. Yeah.
Hey,
you got it right.
For the first time.
Good job.
Yes, sir.
You're waiting for my prediction?
Yeah, because I'm...
You want me to break your heart?
Nah,
it's
already broken. I'm going for Bournemouth 2-1.
Hey, I thought you're getting a draw. So you said draw.
We are rotating. We are playing Bilbao
Bilbao
in 3 days.
You're not going to bench Bruno?
We will bench him.
Bournemouth 3-0.
Bournemouth win 2-1. In a match that everyone is waiting for.
Yes.
A match that Liverpool might win the Premier League officially. We have Liverpool taking on Spurs at the Anfield. 10 minutes in, 2-0 Liverpool.
Standard. Tottenham went 2-0 down to Nottingham Forest.
In
after
3-0 actually.
Minutes. Yeah, one was disallowed.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are just... There's no way Tottenham are going to lose this game. Win this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, Liverpool. I'll go with Liverpool 3-2. Exciting. I expect a game and a half. 3-2.
I'm going for Liverpool to win.
And to win the league.
Yeah. Then the FA Cup is back.
What?
And we are back to Wembley semi-finals.
FA Cup ilikuwa inachezwa?
Inachezwa you can.
Amile FA Cup ilishanga vile mlitoka.
Yeah, but
the champions.
Ilibidi endelee. Tuliwaambia tu endelee.
Sawa.
We have Crystal Palace taking on Aston Villa at Wembley. I'm going for Villa win 3-1.
I'm going for a Palace win. I really want to see Palace in the final. I really want to see Palace in the final.
Then
after extra time, we're going to extra time by the way. We're going to penalties. Palace to win.
Villa itashinda normal time. Then on Sunday, we have Nottingham Forest taking on City.
Aingiani. But hey, Forest guy. No, I just feel like City have.
Yeah, they are going to beat them.
Yeah, they have nothing to play for. They've been getting up for this moment. O'Reilly, Nick O'Reilly, 1-0 Man City win and break. Even though my dream final would be Aston Villa versus Palace. Nottingham Forest versus Palace. But yeah,
going for City to win and face Villa in the final.
So I'm going for City win to play Palace in the final.
Then the big one, match of the weekend.
The big one.
In Copa del Rey. In Sevilla. We have Real Madrid taking on FC Barcelona.
Los Blancos. Los Merengues. Against the
La Blaugrana.
Sasa tumesema the la. Anyway, Real Madrid are not looking great recently.
Yeah.
After recently getting exposed by the Gunners in the Champions League. Even though I feel like if it was any other team that is structured and has good offense, PSG or Inter, would still have exposed them.
Yeah.
It just happened to be us, and I'm very happy about that. The same problems persist. Midfield aiko kabisa. Defense, front three hawataki ku fall back. And Barcelona are just looking like they're playing so well. And they've already scored, I think, 8 goals against them in 2 games this season.
Yeah.
So it's looking bleak, fam. It's looking bleak, innit? I mean, I'm seeing a Real loss. But it's going to be an entertaining game. I'm expecting goals in this game. I don't know why. I'll go with a 3-2 win to Barcelona.
The injury to Mbappe might be a blessing in this case to Madrid because now Ancelotti is reverting to his favorite 4-4-2 diamond.
Yeah.
The injury to Balde and Lewandowski might affect Barcelona going to this game. So my prediction is I'm going for Real Madrid to win by a goal margin. 4-3, 2-1, 3-2, whichever the case.
You know this tournament has been Ferran Torres' moment.
Yeah, but I'm going for Madrid to win.
It's been Ferran Torres'.
I'm going for Madrid to win
tournament.
Copa del Rey. Yeah.
I'm going with Barcelona win. Madrid to finish trophyless.
Before we finish,
Yes.
you saw what will happen in Italy if Inter and Napoli finish on the same point.
Yes, I did, but you can explain it.
Why do they have a weird rule?
It's very weird. Because both games ended 1-1.
Yeah.
Goal difference is not an issue here, so you
Yeah.
have to play a playoff.
A playoff
one match playoff.
Yeah. In which the home team will be the team with the more
Goal difference. Yeah. It's sort of entertaining though.
It's not. You've worked hard for this moment, alafu. Like, we low-key know who's deserving this. McTominay.
Huh?
McTominay is deserving to win the Scudetto.
Okay.
But in the fixture running, I think Napoli have it easy. So if they allow it to go to playoff, wow.
Itakuwa ngumu.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one for Belgium as well?
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
The one for Belgium is insane.
Crazy.
Like the season producer, like halfway through the season, we just decide the
Yeah.
top teams, their points are halved. And then the bottom, like it is wild. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You can finish with the most points and not even finish top 4.
Yeah. So when your points are halved and yours was on odd number, unaongezewa moja.
Unaongezewa moja ndio ikue
But-
0.5.
But
ilianza hii season.
They've been
Jambo.
doing it for a while.
But season ikiisha, hiyo point unaweza tolewa.
Unaweza tolewa
Kama uta win your last game.
Belgium nile ligi ya kina Anderlecht.
So our top 6: Anderlecht, Gent, Genk, Club Brugge, Union,
Union
whatever,
Gilloise.
and another team wanawekwa kwa playoff after ligi shaisha. Yeah? Points zao zinakatwa half.
Kwani champe.
Hii hata si champion. Hii ni Champions League of
Belgium.
Belgium. After points zao zimekatwa half, the 6 teams they face each other. Kutafuta mshindi, mtu wa kwenda Europa League na Champions League. The other half wako 2 vibes. Alafu za relegation sasa pia hao wanakatwa points pia, si ndio? But yao sasa ni
It's so weird. Like it's one of the weirdest ways to just get a champion.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Make sure you like, subscribe and share.
Yay! Tuko you.